episode of the N.A.H Podcast, not another health podcast, with me, your good-looking host, Adrian. It's a podcast where you showcase your super solutions for your strength, diving into the different trends and proving your prescriptions are not so perfect. But before we start this, let's start with the sponsor of this video. Blitz Dark Gray Shadow Legends, a non-copyrighted infringement of your favorite mobile game. Blitz Shadow Legends is a very fun game. It's free to play. I love playing this game while I'm at home. Use the QR code that you can't scan below, or use the code NA below to claim a free reward of 120 gems and 3 legendary ultra new epic cosmic galaxy destroyer prismatic blue eyes white dragon of the high halls of the doors of the 16 realms. Download now on phone, Android, Google Plex, Huawei, and your calculator. Now back to the podcast. Join me from the FACTS Association, or Fasting Association for Canadian and Teachers. It's Ethan Wang, a self-taught health reporter of the news trying to hit the internet. Intermittent fasting. Ethan's ready to share this raring explanation of intermittent fasting to your sleepling.
Ni hao YouTube, ni hao Adrian, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here to talk about intermittent fasting, a new way of life that changed mine, as it will change yours. Since I started, I have lost nearly 1/3 of my weight after only 1 year. This proves that it is a very effective way to lose weight.
Introducing We Suck Vacuums, the best vacuums you can buy. Why is that? Because we suck more than our competitors.
Welcome back from the ads. Let's jump right into this. These days, you see intermittent fasting everywhere. TikTok, on the news, and even students doing projects on it. What's the big deal of intermittent fasting? How did it start, Ethan?
Fasting in general has been observed for a long time by many cultures. Intermittent fasting studies began in 1915 and took off in the 60s. Intermittent fasting is decades proven strategy for helping you lose weight. Unlike other types of fasting, intermittent fasting focuses on a repeating cycle of fasting and feasting to break up your fasting across different days. These methods can lower your daily calorie intake to only 25%. The average American takes in 3,800 calories a day, but the recommended amount for a middle-aged man is only 2,200 calories.
That's very interesting to know, Ethan. So, before I tell my audience to do this, can you tell us more about the science? It's better for our audience to know.
Fasting is the voluntary absence from food, drink, or both for a specific period, and it has gained popularity for a variety of health, cultural, and personal reasons. Many people practice intermittent fasting, such as the 16-8 method, 16 hours of fasting and an 8-hour eating window, or engage in longer fasts involving only water. These methods support weight loss, reduce calorie intake, and encourage the body to use stored fat instead of calories from food. Young men who do the 16-8 method often show fat loss while maintaining muscle mass. People also use fasting as a tool for mental clarity, emotional discipline, or spiritual growth. These are some reasons why fasting is so popular worldwide.
Oh, that's also great to know. But Ethan, I'm still very confused about the healthiness aspect of it. Can you explain that just one more time about that?
Fasting is considered very healthy for several reasons, largely because it triggers beneficial changes in the body when food intake is paused. Since there's less time in the day to eat, you naturally lose calories, leading to weight loss. Remember to focus on good meals when you eat something, so no McDonald's, and you don't get everything back.
Okay, so we'll continue it and have a special surprise for Ethan right after these ads.
Are you concerned that every next step may lead to success or disaster? That you may not actually succeed in life on the path you are walking? That every action could end in failure? Then ask yourself this, dear viewer. If I were an idiot, would I do what I am doing right now? And if the answer is yes, stop what you're doing right now and continue onwards on a different path in your life, and you will succeed forever.
Welcome back from the ads. Alright, last we left off, Ethan talked about the benefits for intermittent fasting. But before I'm convinced about intermittent fasting, I wanted to get an expert and really care about facts. So I'm proud to introduce someone from the facts.
Actually, it's fiction.
That's yes. The Fact Association Canadian team of Intellect Operation Networks. Aiden Shen, the resident fact checker and the most likely to stop interrupting me. Most likely to win a confusing teacher award. 9 years in a row. Like, give him a clap, everyone.
And now an expert from one of the many new channels you can watch on a TV channel.
Oh, I get it. This is about the button.
Claire, you're a woman, right?
What gave it away, George?
Thanks for having me, Adrian. The first thing I want to emphasize is that I'm not approaching this from an opposing side, but rather to clarify some of the statements that Mr. Wang here has said so far. Intermittent fasting can have real benefits, like how a 2023 study found that fasting 3 days a week could reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes.
Oh, that's great to hear, Aiden. Let's start on the good side. What are some benefits?
There are many benefits of intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting can contribute to weight loss with the body being pressured to use fat for energy rather than food intake. Fasting can reduce levels of C-reactive proteins, which cause inflammation, and eating less makes you appreciate the food you actually get to eat and make the overall quality of your day-to-day meals feel better for you.
Ah, that's very interesting, Aiden. So let's circle back. I want to learn more about what this means for weight loss, and are there any downsides for the losing this weight?
Yeah, there are. Even though intermittent fasting sounds so good, most of its effects only work in the short term, and so long as you keep fasting. Remember that study I mentioned earlier? Turns out that if you stop fasting, you regain the weight faster. As well, there are many different ways and different ratios of how to go without food or energy intake. A good ratio of fasting and feasting is 14-10 or 16-8, just like what Ethan said earlier. But those who fast regularly more than that have a higher risk of gallstones. Some side effects can include excessive hunger pangs, low energy, headaches, dizziness, digestive issues, irritability, and other mood changes, polyuria, potential impacts on your reproduction, and nutrient deficiencies.
That's pretty interesting, Aiden. But maybe we shouldn't fast. But are there any other restrictions for intermittent fasting that my audience should know, like people that can't do it?
Yeah, fasting can be dangerous to certain groups of people. As a general rule, don't try intermittent fasting or any other nutrition solution you find on the internet without research and consulting your primary healthcare provider. A lot of studies are based on short-term research and don't affect long-term effects of intermittent fasting. There are a lot of people who shouldn't fast intermittently. For example, there are children and teens under 18, like you, women who are pregnant or breastfeeding, those with type 1 diabetes who take insulin, those with history of eating disorders, elderly individuals, immunodeficiency individuals, dementia patients, and those with a history of other medical conditions. Intermittent fasting can have different effects on different people. If you are experiencing unusual effects like anxiety, headaches, nausea, or other symptoms, consult your doctor immediately. A well-known fact is that being thin equals to being healthy, but that's not the case. Dieting is one of the strongest predictors of disordered eating and the development of an eating disorder.
That doesn't sound really good when you phrase it that way. Wait, did you call me a child?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What else can you tell us, audience, about that? And stop calling me a child anymore.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sure. Some intermittent fasting alternatives can be intermittent energy restriction. Instead of taking in no food, it means taking some foods. The bottom line is that intermittent fasting isn't the end-all, cure-all solution. The trick is to break up periods of energy restriction and periods of regular energy intake to increase energy expenditure on the whole, so you can burn more calories and lose weight. Now, another recommendation is that you follow the advice of the Canadian Food Guide. Fill your plate with 1/2 fruits and vegetables, 1/4 protein-based foods, and 1/4 grains. Make sure to drink good water and dairy as well.
Okay, so let's wrap this podcast up for today, right after these ads.
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time.
Welcome back from the ads. Our last ads for this run, because this is our last segue. That's great to know, Aiden and Ethan. Thank you for coming on our podcast today and sharing your thoughts.
Oh, it's no problem.
Ethan, you're going out of business because of this.
Yes, I'm going bankrupt because of you.
No problem. I'm happy to help. And don't forget for our sponsor, Dark Gray Shadow Legends.
Actually, Adrian, you forgot it's Blitz Dark Gray Shadow Legends. And say nah to new deals, new games, and new mobile characters. This has been Aiden signing off.
Shh. My podcast.
Alright,
Aiden.
alright.
Both of you. I'm not inviting you back. You just cause problems. This is Adrian signing off from the N.A.H Podcast. Until next time. Wahoo!